LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode. Welcome to the final episode of Monday Night Raw before Bad Blood. Our month of pay-per-views is coming up on the penultimate pay-per-view, Bad Blood, as we are live tonight from Green Bay, Wisconsin. We started off with the number one contender to the Raw Women's Championship, Shayna Baszler, in action. So we start Raw off with some singles action. I would just like to take a small moment to make a small aside here, because I feel like there's going to be comments about it otherwise, because there have been some comments lately. I sincerely apologize if you hear me fidget in my seat a little bit this episode. I am currently recovering from a very minor surgical procedure that left me with stitches in an uncomfortable area, so sitting in one position for long periods of time becomes uncomfortable, and so you might hear me move around in my seat throughout the episode. So, back to the action. Shayna Baszler making her way to the ring. She comes up to her third matchup with Rhea Ripley this weekend at Bad Blood. She and the Nightmare will be locked inside of a steel cage as they meet for the Raw Women's Championship this weekend. So Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades, former Raw Women's Champion, former SmackDown Women's Champion, and former NXT Women's Champion, makes her way to the ring. The only thing she would need to have held every championship in LS11 Universe that she could would be some women's tag titles. Hint, hint. She takes on Liv Morgan tonight. Liv Morgan, certainly a fan favorite among you guys, among the WWE Universe in its entirety. Liv Morgan making her way to the ring tonight. Liv entering the ring. She's someone that's taken Rhea Ripley to her limits in the past. And look out, Liv! Shayna Baszler jumping her before the bell. Baszler getting an early match jump on Morgan. Spear from Baszler. Into another one. I have a feeling those aren't the only spears we're going to be seeing tonight, as Baszler with about a Superman punch almost. Shayna Baszler assaulting Liv Morgan, someone we know that has Rhea Ripley's respect on the Raw roster. Liv Morgan. Shayna with a chop block now. Baszler getting the jump on Morgan right now. It is all Baszler at the moment. Shayna Baszler stomps the arm of Morgan. And again, the submission magician. Oh, Morgan firing back. Remember, Shayna went through a 8-pack challenge just last week to become the number one contender, and now she is beating the absolute hell out of Liv Morgan. Baszler taking her down, turning Liv's momentum against her. Shayna Baszler, a clear message being sent to Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley right now. As Baszler firing away on Morgan with these rapid combination strikes. Kicks her in the ribs. Baszler pulls her in, pops her up, lifting cutter into a cover. 1, 2. Baszler decides she's not done. Notice Liv didn't kick out. Baszler telling Morgan to get up, and Shayna Baszler into Kirifuda clutch. Kirifuda clutches in on Liv Morgan. And just like that, it's over. Shayna Baszler gets the pre-match assault in, beats Liv Morgan in a quick matchup. Shayna Baszler with a huge burst of momentum heading into her upcoming title match this weekend inside the steel cage. She's a cage fighter herself, she said so. Is it going to be third time lucky for Shayna is this weekend going to be when she defeats Rhea Ripley? Will she end the reign of the Nightmare at 1 year exactly? We'll find that out on Saturday. But ladies and gentlemen, up next, I'll be stepping into the ring and I will be interviewing the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is just 5 nights away from a matchup with the Ring General Walter at Bad Blood. We're about to hear from him tonight in the ring. So Drew, welcome to Raw, welcome. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Oh yes, Xander, I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world, but I saw you throwing some punches, doing some shadowboxing. You gotta try and square up with the Scottish psychopath. I know you're a former ARW World Champion, but hate to break it to you, lad, that title didn't mean anything here. I'm just messing with you. Ask your first question, lad. Oh, right. Please don't kick my head off. I really like it attached to my shoulders. But anyways, so, Drew, first things first, I just gotta ask you, what's the strategy going on this weekend? You got to go one-on-one with the Ring General Walter, a man who's only been pinned by a select number of people. Only 3 different people in the LS11 Universe have been able to beat Walter in the past. So, what's your strategy, man? Well, the strategy is simple. It's the same strategy it's been for 2 years now in the LS11 Universe. 1, 2, 3, Claymore. I kick the head off of Walter. Eichner and Barthel try to get involved. I'll kick their heads off too. And then, whether it's Cesaro or Roman Reigns, come Survivor Series, I'm going to take the championship from them too. And then I will be the first man to hold the World Heavyweight and WWE Championships within the LS11 Universe. Simple as that. Well, anything else you want to say? All I want to say is that I've been overlooked for a while. I will fight for a world title at Survivor Series. Mark my words. Well, Drew, thank you for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw rolls on up next with some tag team action. It is time for some tag team action. As here comes a team that, well, you guys really liked a couple weeks ago in the LS11 Universe. Fully behind them already. It's the team of Veer and Mansoor making their way to the ring. People have been really behind these two after their big tag team matchup a couple weeks ago. Mansoor and Veer making their way to the ring. Mansoor and Veer, they have a huge opportunity tonight. They're taking on the current Raw Tag Team Champions. And hey, I mean, if they win, I imagine they'd have to be considered for the Raw Tag Title match either after Bad Blood or potentially even making it a triple threat. But Mansoor and Veer making their way to the ring. As I said, a very popular duo in the LS11 Universe, just shortly after their tag team debut a couple weeks ago. Veer is already 2-0 in the LS11 Universe. This could be the start of something beautiful. But they take on the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Ford and Dawkins. The Street Profits making their way to the ring. The Raw Tag Team Champions, winning the championships back at SummerSlam when they dethroned Imperium to become champions. Ford and Dawkins make their way to the ring tonight. One last test before their upcoming title match against the megastars of Robert Roode and LA Knight this weekend at Bad Blood. Somehow, this will be the first tag team matchup of LA Knight and Robert Roode as part of the tag division, yet they strong-armed their way into a title match. Which I shouldn't even really be surprised, should I? So Ford and Dawkins make their way to the ring. So it's Mansoor and Angelo Dawkins starting it off here. They lock up, and Ford gets caught, or Dawkins gets caught by Mansoor, is who I was trying to say the first time, but instead I kept saying Ford for some reason. Mansoor puts Dawkins in the ropes now, and Mansoor, went for his drop kick. He catches Angelo Dawkins though, and Mansoor with Dawkins, went for over the top. Dawkins going to the top. Normally it's Ford that flies. Dawkins went for a double axe handle and Mansoor sidestepped him. Tag made and Veer is in. Here comes the big man. Veer sidestepping that punch from Dawkins. Veer, went for a neck breaker. Angelo Dawkins caught him, kick to the ribs. Punch to the back from Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins now gets him back up to his feet. Angelo Dawkins firing away with punches. Tries to grab onto him. Veer now throws him over the top, out to the floor. Goes one half of the champions. And there's a kick now. Dawkins swatted him away now. And Angelo Dawkins with a clothesline. Back into the ring now comes Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins into another clothesline. Sends him out of the ring. And now he grabs, and drop kicks Mansoor to the outside. He grabs and drop kicks Mansoor. Goes for a kick. Gets caught. Veer's got Dawkins now. And Veer with Angelo Dawkins up. Dawkins got out of it, grabs hold of him now, throws him into the corner. Tag made. And now the Prophet sending Veer off the ropes into a double flapjack, takes him down. And now he's got to cut him off from the tag to Mansoor. Ford firing away on Veer, right hooks connect. Went for a super kick, Veer got him with a kick to the ribs. And now Veer with a chop firing away. Veer has Montez Ford, picks him up for a suplex, drops him into the mat with the suplex. Ford is down, and Veer kicks him in the ribs, goes for a DDT. Montez fires back and knocks him back. Now Montez Ford rolls him through. Cover. One. No! There's Mansoor's there to break it up. Mansoor there to make the save for his team. As Montez Ford got the kick to the ribs that time. Getting him back up to his feet now is Montez. Went for a jab. And now Montez Ford keeping his guard up as he chops Veer and puts him in the corner. Ford. He asked for silence, so I gave it to him there. Into an O'Connor roll. Cover. 1, 2. No! He nearly had it, though. And now Dawkins getting back into his corner as Veer grabs onto Ford, and Veer. Huge neck breaker connects to Montez Ford. Ford goes down, and Veer punching him in the face now is Veer. Montez Ford is getting back to his feet. Here comes Mansoor into the ring. And now Mansoor with a chop. Firing away on Montez Ford. Mansoor rolls him through. Super kick to one out of the champions. Takes him down. And now he's got him. Getting back up to his feet though is Montez. And now Montez throws him off the ropes. Arm drag. Tag made. Angelo Dawkins is in. And now Angelo Dawkins hits the ropes. Went for a jab. Mansoor caught him. And Mansoor's got a hold of him now. Mansoor throws him over the top rope. Mansoor. Veer getting involved as well. Veer and Mansoor with a double team. And now Mansoor's got Angelo Dawkins. Mansoor drives him into the mat. Went for a moonsault on the outside. Goes splat instead. Dawkins now rushing back into the ring. Angelo Dawkins, fear caught him with a right hook. Oh, Dawkins wipes out Veer. And now Mansoor getting back in the ring, but he gets drop kicked as well by one half of the champions. Right hook connects now from Dawkins. Dawkins now went for a jab. Mansoor caught him, throws him in the corner. Mansoor grabs on. No, Dawkins counters. And Angelo Dawkins with another clothesline. Dawkins now telling Mansoor to get up. What is Angelo Dawkins thinking? Dawkins, spear! And now Angelo Dawkins throws Mansoor off the ropes. Oh, they collide. Drop kick connects though. Takes out Veer. Putting Mansoor in the corner. Tag made to Taz. Montez Ford. Spinebuster from Dawkins. Frog splash from Ford. 1, 2. Street Profits get the win. Tried as they might, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins overcame them. Veer and Mansoor came so close, so many times to beating the champions tonight. But in the end, the Street Profits with the Spinebuster and Splash get the win. And love it or hate it, if they can do that this weekend at Bad Blood, they're going to beat the Mega Stars. We got more coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Hardcore title is going to be on the line up next. Oh my god! Well, our hardcore title match is starting early. Lashley and Archer brawling backstage. The hardcore champion Lance Archer might be meeting his match as the almighty Bobby Lashley throws him into the ambulance. The ambulance owned by the emergency EMTs we keep on site at Raw. Lashley slams him into the car. Archer runs around the back of the car. What the hell is Bobby Lashley thinking here? The almighty. Well, he decides to hop down. And here comes Archer. Clotheslines him. Lance Archer now grabbing that stop sign we saw him use last week in the hardcore title match, but Lashley catches it. Bashes it off the face of Archer. Now he throws it at him, Lashley, for the title. 1. No. Lashley, with the Murder Hawk, throws him across the parking lot. Bobby Lashley trying to win the hardcore title right now. Runs over Archer again. And Lashley now throws Archer, into the concrete. Archer grabs him though, and now Archer with Lashley takes him down. Lance Archer grabbing Bobby Lashley. Hang on. Archer just threw Lashley out to ringside here. Lance Archer taking the fight to the almighty. Throws him into the entrance ramp. And now Lance Archer. Right hook connects. Lance Archer now grabs Lashley. Archer with the almighty up. What a powerbomb! Archer may have just walked away. Moose! The former Impact World Champion now. Moose jumping Lance Archer. Wait a minute. Here comes the Beast. Brock Lesnar. Remember Lesnar faces off with Moose on Saturday. Had Moose not lost the Impact World title to Jeff Hardy a few nights ago, we'd be seeing an Impact World title match this weekend. Lesnar with an F5 to Moose. Oh my goodness, is Brock Lesnar wanting the Hardcore Championship? He's a prize fighter after all. Well, Archer now heading back to the ring after the Lesnar situation. Wait a minute! Lashley! Lashley, thanks to the assistance from Moose, has had time to recover from the blackout. He throws Archer back in the ring. Lashley runs over Archer. Lashley, the Dominator for the Hardcore title. One. No! Lashley hit the Dominator, but that wasn't enough. And now Lashley, runs into Archer. Archer fires back. And now Archer with blackout. Archer decides he's not done though now, and Lance Archer with Lashley slams him into the corner. And he's going to do it again. Lance Archer with Lashley for another blackout. Lance Archer retains. Lashley tried his best, had assistance from Moose, but Brock Lesnar was the equalizer. In the end, Lance Archer retains. Lance Archer retains his Hardcore Championship for another night. The Hardcore Monster might just be unbeatable. More action is coming up. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai meet one-on-one up next. We have some singles action up next. As here comes Dakota Kai to the ring. Dakota Kai split up her team with Raquel Gonzalez a couple weeks ago on Raw when she attacked Raquel and cost her a match to Bayley. Now tonight, these two are going to go one-on-one. She takes on Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Gonzalez making her way to the ring. One of the fastest rising stars on Monday Night Raw. One of the few women to be able to take Rhea Ripley to her limits. And now tonight, she's going to go one-on-one with her former tag team partner, Dakota Kai. This matchup's about to go down. It's the blow-off to these two. Having been a team since Raquel came into LS11 Universe, they finally split up recently. And now tonight, Raquel gets her chance at revenge after Dakota cost her the matchup to Bayley. Here we go. Oh, Dakota wants nothing to do with it. Dakota Kai now up on the apron trying to figure out what she wants to do. Oh, Raquel Gonzalez decks her with a right hook. Pulls her back into the ring, and Raquel driving Dakota into the mat. Raquel Gonzalez now up to the middle rope. Raquel. Dakota gets out of the way. Dakota Kai capitalizing. Dakota. Drop kick. Off the ropes again. Dakota Kai clotheslines her out of the ring. And now Dakota Kai up to the top rope. Dakota with a full head of steam right now. Raquel back into the ring. Went for a double axe handle. Nobody home. Pulls her in. Small package cover. One. No. Went for another kick. Nobody home. Raquel with a clothesline. And now Raquel grabs Dakota. Raquel Gonzalez stomps her into the mat. Dakota trying to get back up. Back to her feet now. Dakota into small package on Raquel. One. No. And now Dakota kicking Raquel. Kicks her in the back now. Raquel back to her feet. Raquel with a boot to Dakota. Raquel Gonzalez with another kick now, and Raquel Gonzalez up to the top rope. Gonzalez. She's up top. Double axe handle comes off the top. And now there's a kick from Dakota. Dakota going across the ring. Dakota Kai. Missile drop kick attempt. Got knocked into the ropes. Staggers back to her feet, and Raquel grabs her now. Raquel scoops her up. 4. Fall away slam. Dakota goes down as Raquel gets her back up to her feet. Kicks in the ribs now, and Raquel. With the... Oh, she's got her in a submission here. She's got her in a submission. That's not what I thought she was going for, quite honestly. Raquel's got a submission in on Dakota. Dakota Kai rolls out of it into an arm drag. And another drop kick connects. Raquel Gonzalez now getting picked back up by Dakota. Dakota fires back, knocks her in the ropes. Dakota takes her down. Kai, come up the ropes. There's a kick to the head. Into a stomp. Slides into a cover. 1. No. You gotta think whoever wins this matchup has gotta be considered to be one of the next in line for the Raw Women's title. One-armed powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, I think Raquel Gonzalez is going to have her eyes on the Rhea Ripley-Shayna Baszler matchup this weekend. Raquel Gonzalez with that huge spinning one-armed powerbomb gets the 3. Raquel Gonzalez gets a huge victory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Styles backstage right now. I've been told there was a bit of an altercation that's going to lead to a matchup later tonight. We'll take you back to what we caught backstage during this match. Man, it's just frustrating. I still don't know who attacked me a couple weeks ago. Felt like I got hit with a truck from behind, so I don't know, man. Well, AJ, you said it felt like a truck, so you think maybe it was one of the bigger guys on the roster? Yeah, I mean, maybe, but, you know, Raw's got so many big guys here, like Roman, we got Moose, Lashley, Archer. Well, AJ, what about Brian Cage? He's new here, he's trying to make a statement. He put Dolph out a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was him. Huh. You know, Ray, you got a point. Maybe I ought to go have a chat with Brian Cage. Yeah, here's the thing, AJ. If I was gonna attack you, I'd have done it to your face like a man. But if you want to blame me for doing that, I can sure as hell put you out the same way I put out Dolph Ziggler. Alright then, big man, how about I meet you and your big ass out there in that ring, and we'll see just what you can do tonight. You want to put out the phenomenal one? I wish you the best of luck. I'll see you later. Well, we have Some singles action up next is a way to put it. As here come Corey Graves and Carmella to the ring. Stars of the hit, and I use that word very loosely, YouTube show Corey and Carmella. I'm just playing their character. I actually really like Corey Graves and Carmella a lot. So Corey and Carmella making their way to the ring, a pair of newlyweds, in fact. It is going to be Corey Graves in action here tonight on Raw. As he and Carmella make their way to the ring. It was Corey who helped Carmella get a big win a few weeks ago over Naomi in some singles action. They make their way to the ring now. Corey Graves is going to take on a man he might know. He might just know a little bit. And that would be El Generico, who has brought his own very nice, very evil... He's brought his own very nice, very evil back up to the ring. El Generico with Danhausen making his way to the ring. El Generico is here. Generico and Graves going one-on-one. El Generico and Corey Graves set for singles action. Without any further ado, Graves and Generico one-on-one. Here we go. Generico immediately Hurricane Rana to Graves in the rope. Generico, huge kick to the back. Carmella's not loving what's happening right now. Generico firing away on Corey. Knocks him back. Generico gets caught. Corey Graves pulls him in. Corey Graves suplex to El Generico. Takes him down. And now Graves grabs the arm. Snaps the arm of El Generico. Graves now grabs Generico. Drop kick into the back. Takes him down. Graves now into ground and pound. Generico turns it around into his own ground and pound. Generico now taking down Corey Graves. Generico with a huge drop kick. Generico puts him in the ropes, and Generico grabs Corey Graves, throws him off the ropes, ducks him. Here we go, and pow! Generico. Maybe one or two people in the entire community will understand why I call that the pow line. As Corey Graves stomped to the arm of Generico. Graves now grabs the arm, takes out the arm of El Generico. And Graves now firing away on El Generico, taking him down. Graves takes down Generico. Generico back to his feet. Generico gets caught. Graves knocks him into the corner. Graves with a chop now. Corey Graves. Right hook. And again. Corey Graves. Uppercut. And a jab again. Graves puts him in the corner. Punches him in the face. Graves has Generico down. Graves went for a kick. Generico countered. Generico gets caught now. Graves. Roundhouse kick. Graves going to the outside. Corey Graves up to the top rope. Graves telling Generico to get back up to his feet. Corey Graves. Oh, went for a forearm off the top. Generico out of the way. Generico. What a cover. One. No. Graves was ready for that one. Kick to the ropes from Generico. Goes for another kick. Graves caught him. Graves. Well, Generico countered again. Generico going for it again. Into another cover. One. No. Generico fires away on Graves. Uppercut. There's another kick now. Generico getting Graves back up to his feet. Now Generico. There's a chop to Graves. Graves with a chop block. Into a cover on Generico. One. No. And now Graves stalking Generico. Generico getting back up to his knee. Back up to his feet now. Graves. Knee in the... or kick to the face. And Corey Graves. Graves looking for Lucky 13. Lucky 13 is in on Generico. Is the Luchador going to tap out? El Generico fights out of Lucky 13. He gets caught. Graves scoops him up. Corey Graves now taking him towards the corner and slings him into the center of the ring. Graves now going up to the top again. Corey Graves. Here comes the savior of misbehavior. I am saying things today by calling a Corey Graves match that I haven't said since 2015. El Generico takes him down. Generico now grabs Graves and picks him up to his feet. Generico. Blue Thunder Bomb. 1, 2, no. And now Generico with a chop. Graves grabs onto him. Corey Graves gets him up on his shoulders. Generico elbowing his way out of it. El Generico gets out of it. Generico with Graves across the ring. Sicko leg kick. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. El Generico beats Corey Graves tonight. I think you got to give an assist to Danhausen. He was there ready to curse Carmella if she tried to get involved the same way that Graves got involved a few weeks ago and cost Naomi that matchup. Generico puts down Corey Graves. El Generico getting a big win and getting some momentum back on his side. Ladies and gentlemen, we have plenty more coming up. Up next, it's the matchup we talked about a moment ago that we saw thanks to the backstage encounter earlier. AJ Styles goes one-on-one with the Machine. Brian Cage up next. It is time for a singles matchup. Here comes the Machine.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Concord, California, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Machine, Brian Cage.
The Machine, Brian Cage, making his way to the ring. Cage, he took out Dolph Ziggler on the first episode of Raw. We haven't seen Ziggler since, and now, tonight, he has said that if he was going to take out AJ Styles, he'd have done it to his face. So, Brian Cage, a man who was brought in by the Raw General Manager Wade Barrett, interim Raw General Manager Wade Barrett, might I remind you, is in action again. Only his second matchup here on Raw for Brian Cage. He goes one-on-one with the phenomenal AJ Styles. And I'm going to say it because I know someone's going to say it. Yes, I'm aware there's probably better Brian Cages out there at this point. But by the time you're seeing this, that means I recorded it and couldn't update it this episode. Will he be updated next episode? Probably. We're still in the first 3 weeks of the game, so... The Phenomenal One here on Raw tonight. This is the first time we're seeing him in action since he was attacked by someone, an unknown assailant, backstage a few weeks ago. We found him laid out among some rubble. He is in the ring tonight to go one-on-one with the Machine. So AJ Styles is here. Styles and Cage, two men with similar paths that just passed each other at different points. As Cage, now the Machine, immediately scoops up Styles. Cage throwing Styles like a rag doll. Now Brian Cage picks him up, and Cage throws him again. Brian Cage, oh my god, he's just powering Styles around the ring. Styles rolls back to his feet. Styles with a forearm strike now. And now AJ Styles getting into it. Chop block from Styles. Double axe handle. Styles now. Right hook connects. Styles firing away on Cage. Grabs onto him. No. Cage grabs onto Styles and STO takes him down. Cage now gets Styles back up to his feet. Brian Cage. German suplex, but Cage doesn't leave his own feet. Cover on Styles, but there's a rope break. And now Cage grabbing Styles again. Cage slams him into the mat. It is all Brian Cage right now. Styles goes down. Styles back to his feet. Another forearm connects though. And now Styles firing away on Cage. AJ Styles knocking him back. Styles puts Cage in the corner. AJ Styles grabs on the Cage, kicks out the knees. AJ Styles now knocks him down. Styles slings himself over the top. Leg drop to the back of the neck. AJ Styles now runs around the outside. Styles to the top rope. Styles frog splash. Huge frog splash there from Styles. He gets Cage up to his feet. There's a kick. AJ Styles firing away on Cage. Big Enziguri connects. And now AJ Styles. Don't get too cocky, AJ. That could backfire. Styles grabs onto Cage. Picks him up to his feet. There's a chop. And now Cage. Oh, a jab to Styles. Styles keeping his guard up, though. Styles went for a jab. Cage sidestepped him. Cage again with a power slam. And now Brian Cage gets Styles up. Brian Cage grabs onto him. Cage with Styles into the corner. Brian Cage grabs the phenomenal one. And Brian Cage, oh dear God! Referee had to get out of the way of that one. Headbutt takes him down now, and Cage into another cover on Styles. One, no. There's a kick now from Brian Cage. He grabs Styles. He pumps him up. Powerbomb! One, again a kick out. Cage with another kick to Styles. Cage getting Styles up to his feet. Brian Cage went for Weapon X. Styles turned it into a Spanish fly. AJ Styles spiral tap. One, two, no! Styles now gets Cage up to his feet. There's a chop. AJ Styles gets turned around. Cage. German suplex again. Styles trying to get back up to his feet. Rolls through. Cage knocking him back. Brian Cage punching Styles now repeatedly with clotheslines. Huge lariat there. That one took him down. Now Cage punching Styles in the face. Styles goes down. Cage. No. Styles takes out the leg. AJ Styles gets Cage back up to his feet. Styles into Calf Crusher. Calf Crusher's in on Cage. AJ Styles with the Calf Crusher. And Brian Cage fights out of it. Cage now grabs onto him, and Cage. Right hook connects. Down goes Styles. Brian Cage with another kick. Cage gets Styles up to his feet. Brian Cage turns him around. Cage. Headbutt. And suplex takes him down. Styles rolls through now, and Styles gets caught with a right hook. Cage with an enziguri. Whoa, hang on a minute. Dolph Ziggler Ziggler's here! We haven't seen him since Cage put him out a couple weeks ago. Oh, Brian Cage looking at Ziggler, trying to tell Ziggler to bring it on. Cage realizes Styles is still in the ring, runs into the phenomenal forearm. And with the return of Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles gets the win. AJ Styles, with an assist from Dolph Ziggler, beats Brian Cage. Brian Cage gets put down. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event is up next. The Bloodline take on Cesaro and the Mysterios. It is time for the main event. Here comes the WWE Champion. Cesaro making his way to the ring. Cesaro with one of the biggest matches of his career coming up this weekend. Cesaro has to defend that WWE Championship against the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. But he teams up with former Raw Tag Team Champions tonight. He teams up with the father-son duo of Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Rey and Dominic Mysterio making their way to the ring. Rey and Dominic Mysterio making their way to the ring. They have a big opportunity tonight to further push themselves up the Raw Tag Team title rankings. And hey, they get a chance to team up with the WWE Champion as well. We already saw Rey Mysterio challenge for the WWE Championship a few weeks ago on the first episode of Raw in the 2K22 era against Cesaro. He came up short that night. But here come two members of the Bloodline, half of the Bloodline, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Notable by his absence is the youngest member of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and that is because, quite honestly, it's because I didn't want to play an 8-man tag match today. I have no desire. The Usos making their way to the ring. Jimmy and Jey Uso on their way to the ring. Former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos. They team up tonight with a man who many people think is just days away from becoming WWE Champion. Many people have said it's an inevitability. the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Many people have said it's inevitable that he is going to become WWE Champion. The Tribal Chief making his way to the ring.
And their partner from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds,
Roman Reigns making his way to the ring. He is a former WWE Champion in his own right, is the Tribal Chief. Reigns, he made it very clear 3 weeks ago. He walked out here at the main event of Raw. He got in the face of Cesaro. He said, "I'm next." And now here we are. Roman's next. The Tribal Chief and the Usos teaming up tonight against Cesaro and the Mysterios. Dominic, what are you doing, kid? Any further ado, it is main event time. Here we go. Cesaro starting it off with Jey Uso. I am probably wrong, but there is no way of knowing. I think that one looks like Jey. They have slightly different faces. Cesaro immediately tags in Rey Mysterio. And Jey, what a smack to the face! Grabs Rey, throws him in the corner. Tag made to Jimmy. And now the Usos. Double super kick! First, went for a body splash. Rey Mysterio caught him now. Mysterio into a neck breaker. And now Rey grabs onto him, kicks him in the ribs. Rey Mysterio has the arm, and Rey Mysterio running him towards the corner. Mysterio running the ropes into an arm drag. Takes him down. And now Rey Mysterio grabs onto him. Mysterio. Right hook connects. Down goes Jimmy. Tag made to Cesaro. Roman Reigns, well, he's being asked if he wants in. Reigns says, "Do it yourself." There's a kick to the ribs from Jimmy Uso. He grabs Cesaro now, turns him around. Right hook to the back. And again. Down goes Cesaro. Now Jimmy stomping away on the WWE Champion. Cesaro getting back to his feet. Cesaro sweeps the leg. Now the Swiss Cyborg getting back up to his feet. He grabs Uso, pulls him in. Over the top rope he goes. Now Cesaro goes for a right hook. He gets caught. Now up to the top goes Jimmy. Jimmy Uso went for a double axe handle. Cesaro was too close to him, though he had to jump over him. Flattens the WWE Champion with a crossbody. Tag made back to his brother. Jey Uso now with a drop kick. And Cesaro, what's he thinking here? Cesaro reaches up and tags in Dominic Mysterio, the youngest competitor in this matchup by far. Dominic Mysterio, Tornado DDT connects. And now Dominic Mysterio immediately tags his father. Rey Mysterio now in the mix. Mysterio grabs him. Throws Jey over the top rope. Jey to the outside. Catches him though. Jey Uso back into the ring. Gets caught. Rey Mysterio caught him. Mysterio pops up going for a DDT, but Jey caught him now. Jey Uso fires back. Right hand connects now. Jey grabs Mysterio. Rolls him through. Super kick. Picks him back up to his feet. Now he's got Rey Mysterio. And now he grabs the greatest luchador of all time. Puts him in the corner. Right hook connects. Tag made. In comes the Tribal Chief. No way. No damn way! Did I just see Roman Reigns throw a super kick? Ain't no way I just watched Roman Reigns throw a super kick. The Tribal Chief is in. And Reigns is right on top of Mysterio now, punching him in the head. Roman Reigns is on top of the situation right now. Rey Mysterio sweeps the leg of the Tribal Chief. Tag made to Dominic and... oh no. Dominic, no. Dominic gets hit with a headbutt from the Tribal Chief, who punches him in the face. Kick in the ribs. Reigns into a submission. Rey Mysterio there to save his son, but Jey Uso taking him down. Reigns now gets his hands on the WWE Champion. Flattens Cesaro. Punches Rey Mysterio in the back. Reigns looking to wreck everyone right now. Reigns. Dumps Rey Mysterio. Dominic catches Reigns. Dominic Mysterio dials it up. 6-1. No! Reigns plants him. Reigns saying the boy has to learn one way or another. And now into the guillotine. Cesaro making the save. Reigns. Well, Rey Mysterio trying to defend his son. Reigns wipes him out though. Reigns getting locked and loaded. Reigns. Right hook turns him around and Reigns. Superman punch. Grabs Cesaro and Reigns. Oh my god, Reigns is wrecking everyone right now. Grabs Rey Mysterio. Drops him. Dominic now defending his father. But Reigns with another counter. Reigns back into the guillotine on Dominic. Cesaro trying to make the save, but it's too late. Roman Reigns taps out Dominic Mysterio. Roman Reigns came in and just started wrecking shop. And from right there, when Roman Reigns threw a super kick, you knew it was going to be game set soon. Dominic Mysterio, poor kid, didn't stand a chance. He dialed it up, but Reigns caught the 619, a Superman punch and a guillotine.
Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns.
The Bloodline get the win. Oh, and now at the match. Reigns assaulting the WWE Champion at the bell. Roman Reigns with a post-match beatdown on the champ. Reigns dropping Cesaro. Reigns. With a spear. And Bad Blood, you will all acknowledge me.